Lucy and David too.
I recall you waking me up.
I screamed.
Screamed and hid your face.
We'd come down off the gap, and then there's a little Indian village down there called the Gap, and we were not quite to that village yet. And it was midnight or so, and there was only one car in front of us, and we were on the straightaway towards Flagstaff, and I kept watching the car's taillights, and at one point he hit his brakes and pulled off about a mile ahead of us. And I thought, well, I'll just go zooming by. Everybody drives about 65 miles an hour or 70 there. And I wasn't concerned. His taillights were still on, but he was off to the right. And it was just a 2-lane highway then. One way to Flagstaff and the other way back to Page. And so everybody was asleep. You and Clarissa and David and Mom was asleep over there. As I neared where that car was, something kind of told me to be very cautious. And just as I'm in the perfect place to broadside him, without any signal, without anything, he just pulled a U right in front of me. And I just ducked my head and screamed. I knew we were just gonna smash him, going 65. And there was no impact. I waited, looked, opened my eyes, and looked in the rear view mirror, and he was still across both lanes, just stopped there. I don't know how we missed him. Our car either went over him, through him, or under him, because I couldn't take any evasive action at all. There was no time. He just whipped right in front of me. Would have killed anybody in that car, and probably most of us, if not all of us. But that was amazing. I've had 2 or 3 similar experiences on that same stretch of highway. I told you the one about going deer hunting with Grandpa Cope.
Yeah.
That's that same highway, and we were headed to Kayabab, coming from Flagstaff, and I was sitting in the middle in an old Chevy pickup, and Uncle Lanny was over here, and Grandpa Cope with his Coke bottle glasses, they were about that thick, was driving, and he was driving as fast as that old pickup could go, and a whole herd of wild horses ran right in front of us, just like 100 of them ran across the road, and Lanny and I both screamed and said, "Oh no!" Grandpa was just going along, and he was talking, and he said, "What are you boys yelling about?" And we said, "Those horses, how did you miss them?" I still to this day don't know how he missed them. It was a herd of horses, like at least 50, probably more like 100. And they just all at once ran in front of us, and he didn't hit any of them. They were darting by.
And he didn't slow down?
He never saw them. He said, "What are you boys screaming about?" We said, "All those horses." "What horses?"
Dad's whole life is full of stuff like that. The devil's been trying to kill him off since he was a baby.
That was a wild trip.
Did you ever hear the story where he was crawling out and fell in the canal?
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I might have put that in the book.
It
didn't I?
is. It is. Well, I hate to do it, but we better go.
We're gonna be there.